So are you chasing love, relationship, maybe people? In today's podcast, Sissy and I, we're going to share our thoughts on should you or should you not. So stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology Podcast. I am your girl, your host, Cece, and I'm joined by the one and only Babe. What's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fighting a cold. I'm fighting a cold for my life.
I wonder who's winning.
I better be.
Hey everyone, this is Will. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology Podcast. It's always a pleasure to have you guys with us. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe, share, and hit on the bell icon so you can be notified when videos like this one come out. Now, this is a weekly podcast, and in this podcast, we talk about
love, life, relationships, family. Okay?
Yeah.
We talk about these things to them kids in the summer. Okay?
Yeah, we in first week of summer, right?
First week of summer.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess we'll be talking about that too.
Yes. So.
Now, as always, before we get into the topic of the day, we want to share something blissful that either happened to us or something that we did. So, Sissy, what was your blissful moment?
Well, obviously I'm not well. You guys can tell by my voice. I sound very congested.
That can't be blissful.
If you're watching, you could see that I look very, very tired. I mean, it's not blissful.
You don't look tired.
I don't? Well, thank you. I'm fighting with a cold. I don't know where this cold came from. I think it was on Tuesday. Out of nowhere. Yeah, out of nowhere. My voice was feeling weird.
Can't blame it on me. I've been
I'm
well.
like, it's the summer. Why am I getting a cold? It's the summer. And I think, you're right that I need to be outside more because I do feel like when I'm outside, I don't feel as
congested and less coughing.
Maybe I got it from the party on Sunday. The first communion. It was a lot of people.
Could be. I mean, whenever you're around people, you're bound to share stuff. So maybe someone shared whatever they had with you.
Yeah, maybe, but it is what it is. I'm winning the cold. Thanks to my hubby for making me, my lemon, honey.
Lemon, honey, and rum.
And some rum. I had some of that.
It's a home remedy.
Yeah, it does help. I had some of that last night. I think I sweated off pretty bad. Yeah. Because I noticed that you checked to see if I was like
still warm,
but I wasn't.
She threw my hand away.
I'm like, this is not.
I'm like, okay.
You know what? Did I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My husband loves cuddle. He's a cuddle man, okay? He loves to cuddle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not well, so no.
Man, she just threw my hand away.
I'm sorry.
Now I'm upset. I'm not happy.
Whatever.
Yeah, but she should be getting better soon.
Yes.
I just hooked up with another dose of that, and probably later I'll just and I'd be putting a good decent amount of rum in there too. That's
I'm
probably
gonna
why she's
slip
loving
it off. I'm gonna.
Well, yeah, the rum should knock you out a little.
Yeah,
and that's good Haitian rum too. So it's not that light stuff.
Yeah, light American stuff. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm just saying it's not that light stuff. It's that 5-star stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know where I got this cold from, but I'm here, summer's here. The kids on vacation.
I keep my distance. I don't want to get sick.
Okay, I can see that. You like staying away from you.
Well, yes. If you're sick, I'm sick. Who's going to take care of the kids?
You're right. And they're on a summer break, so therefore I will be the one. They'll be the one taking care of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess the moment is not quite blissful since you're not well.
It's not, but do you have a blissful moment? Anyways, guys, I was TikToking over the weekend. I do my TikTok on the weekend, point blank, period. You're not going to see me TikToking during the week because I'm busy with the kids in my real estate business. So therefore, on the weekend, I'm like, forget everything. I'm going to put my sweatpants on and TikToking my night away. And as I was scrolling through, I saw this lady. She was like, I was going through my phone, my call logs, and on my phone, what I've noticed is that I've called my husband a lot. Like
that's the lady, right?
Yeah, that's the lady.
Okay.
She's like, I have nobody else. Like she actually took a screenshot of her call logs where she FaceTime, call, missed call. It says babe. And I was like, you know what? I can relate to this because
No, you cannot relate to that.
I said I can relate to this
And
because
this is my complaint.
My husband, and then when I look at my phone, I call this man just like that. I call him a lot.
Nope.
You look at my call logs, you see my husband on top, then my mom, then my dad, then my brother. I feel like I need to call other people.
In fact, I think the first call of the day is always to your mom.
Well, you don't be calling me anymore in the morning. You just be texting me.
And she calls her mom like 4 times during the day. I speak with her once. So
No,
I can't be...
You speak with me at least 3 times.
Throughout the day? No.
Well, I know on Wednesday, we had to call you like 4 or 5 times because you were at work late. The kids kept calling you.
That's an abnormality. It's not always.
If
You know,
I
you were
look at
just
my
checking on me,
phone.
make sure I'm good. But no,
Whatever.
I am not the person she calls the most.
Whatever.
I can prove it.
Okay,
like for
I
instance,
see.
today's the weekend.
I see dad, mom.
In fact,
husband.
if you look at her call log today, the first call,
My dad. He called me to just check on me because he knows I'm not well. I'm surprised my mom didn't call me first.
oh, that's coming. I'm sure that's gonna happen like any moment now.
It's blessings, baby.
In fact, keep your ringer off because I don't want that call to come in and stop me from being able to continue with my thoughts.
Whatever.
But you know, listen. It's good to be able to speak with family, and it's good that you have a variety of. Actually, it's not quite a variety. It's the same people.
It's just my family. It's the same people. It's my mom. Like today, literally, like my dad, my mom, you yesterday, and then my dad, you, my dad. Oh, I talked to my dad a lot yesterday.
I know.
And then my mom 4 times. Then you, yeah. It's a blessing, you know. Your parents still calling you, checking on you to make sure that you're okay.
It is, and obviously we don't have a whole lot of people we spend a whole lot of time talking with. We're just that kind of people. Yes, family will talk to you. She talks more to family than I do because I don't know where she keeps finding things to talk about.
We just be talking.
Listen, unless I'm working on a project or I'm doing something and we're talking about that something, then yes, we can continue the conversation. But I'm like, if I talk to you 4 times during the day, what are we talking about?
Listen.
But then again, that's me. I understand their makeup stuff and
No.
to talk about.
My mother and I, when we talk, we jump from one to another.
I know.
We could have
Sometimes
like
I was sitting there listening to the conversation. I'm like, really?
we could have like 4 conversations in one sitting, like in a 5 minutes phone call.
And then an hour later, she'll call
Not
and
an
have
hour
another
later.
conversation.
It's not about that, baby. Like before, either like, you know, when she's on her lunch break, she'll call me, and then before we go to bed, when she get off work, we'll talk. I'll call her, and then before I go to bed, I'll give her a call, and then that's about it.
I know. But hey, look, as I was saying earlier, we keep our circle really, really, really tight. And yes, we have some acquaintances, people that we know. If we had a gathering, we see you, we say hi, and then and then we carry on.
That's it.
That's the kind of people we are. So,
and I talk to my brother too, at least 2 or 3 times a week, maybe 2.
Yeah, that's
2 times
not
a week.
excessive, but hey, that's kind of. But I am not happy because I'm not I'm not number one. It's
Sorry,
like
babe.
It's like for every call she makes to me, there's like 10 calls to her parents.
I can smell hating over there.
Of course, I'm hating. I'm hating big time.
Well, baby, you know I'm gonna be calling.
But then again, I wouldn't want you calling me all that time either.
I want to miss
Listen,
you though. I don't want to be talking to you 24/7. I want to miss you.
I live with you. We are talking to each other right now.
And here's the thing.
I come home every day. You get so what would you be calling me to tell me?
And one thing we don't do is FaceTime each other. We don't FaceTime.
Yeah, we don't need to FaceTime.
We don't FaceTime. We don't WhatsApp.
Yeah, we don't
can't stay in
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp for some
I
reason.
don't have anything against WhatsApp. I think if I had
but-
my phone, I'd rather use my phone feature instead
Yeah.
of just having Facebook be all up in my business.
That's true. Yeah, we barely FaceTime each other. So except for yesterday, the kids wanted to show you their hair that I
Yes.
got done for the summer. They actually super excited for the hairstyle, which was pretty. Y'all, it took me 5 hours to do my daughter's hair. The little one we start, let me see, at 12.
Yeah, you're
From
up until
12
like 5
until
or
like
6.
5:30.
Yeah. I think I spoke to you close to 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, going back, our circle is pretty tight. We don't chase people to be our friends. In fact, if you try to be our friends, we just gotta walk away.
Listen, apparently, well, let's go into this topic. Let's talk because I
So,
got to add some
yes,
stuff in
yes,
my mind.
yes.
Okay.
So today we're talking about why you shouldn't chase relationship
Or people. Okay.
You know what this means is not trying too hard to make friends, get people to like you, or fit into certain social circles,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So I know in today's world, it's very easy to feel like you need to be friend with everyone. And that's not true.
It's not true. So let's talk about what really means. What do we really mean by chasing relationships, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The reason why I decided to talk about this today is because last week we talked about the ultimatum, because I feel like the ultimatum is in a way where, you either do this or I'm out.
Yeah, of course.
So I personally don't ever like the terms of chasing love, relationships. If it meant to be, it meant to be. Okay. And when we talk about chasing relationships, I mean, we talking about when you keep trying to be friends with someone, like you said earlier, who doesn't want to be friends, who doesn't want to be your friends, doesn't want to have your back, and we talk about relationship and whether if it's something that, romantic or relationship, friendship, and sometimes even professional connection. You should be chasing these things.
Now, here's what I say to this. If you're trying to get with a young lady, sometimes they play hard to get. And as a man, sometimes you have to do a little bit of chasing. And
for you guys, yes.
Yes, so I have to do a little bit of chasing. However, there's a point where you have to realize it's not gonna happen. However, you gotta know that you've given it your best.
Or you don't have games.
And again, chasing is not begging, right?
Yeah.
You have to put in, really put on your game, like she says, because if you're begging a person to be, then you're acting out of desperation.
Right.
And believe me, no woman wants someone who's desperate. In fact, if someone is looking to be a true friend, if you come across the desperate, they'll run away from you, like that client you have.
Oh my God. I blocked that lady. There's people that you're gonna have to block. Okay, like my brother said, it doesn't matter if they're like a $10,000 client, you block them because they just not worth it.
Crazy enough, it's crazy. That client will call her at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and if she doesn't pick up, somehow that client got my phone number.
I don't know.
And
how
call
she got
me,
your
and
phone
I'm
number.
like, Cece, your lady's calling me.
That lady was blowing up my phone, y'all, like at 5 a.m. calling me like 5-6 times.
Yeah. So if you come across clingy or desperate, yes, someone's gonna run away from you. So, chasing relationship is like trying to get attention and get approval when whomever you're trying to get the approval from
Really
or the
don't
attention
care.
really don't care. And that can make you feel exhausted.
Of course.
It can make you feel unworthy. People like this that are chasing these types, sometimes they have low self-esteem, which means any rejection they get, any push away they get, any pushback they get, that take a toll on their self-esteem. So
it does. It does. And here's the thing too, social media make this worse.
Well, how come it sounds like social media makes everything worse?
Listen, because that's what social media does, where we're constantly seeing pictures of people having fun,
Of course.
right, with friends or the loved ones, and of course it makes you feel like you need to do the same.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Right? Sharing pictures of places that they're hanging out in, how much fun they're having.
Right.
And you here sitting in your own little apartment doing nothing. You're like, man, I
Yeah.
should have people to go out and do that stuff with.
I don't know why, but I feel like we don't need to chase people to be happy. You know, I truly feel like true happiness comes from liking who you are. You know, when you love and respect yourself, you attract people who, you know, who appreciate you.
Yeah. And it's good to have people around you. Now, as human beings, we're designed as social beings, which we have to interact with others.
For sure.
It's just that we have to really be solid in ourselves for others to see value in us.
Right.
Because if you're really shaky, you're really unstable, people will run away from you. But if you're really in your place where you can bring value to people, people will come to you.
Right.
So now let's get personal.
Yeah.
Have you ever found yourself chasing a relationship?
Have you, babe?
I've had my share.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, I think we all have.
Okay, let's hear it.
Some maybe to some crazy extent. I know during high school I needed to really be part of a clan. So, but I needed it for protection as well. But the way that I managed to get them to accept me, I wasn't, I was bright. I can say I was a genius, but I was bright, so I would be available to help people. And as you help people, you can become friends with you.
Yeah.
So I used that skill to get close to people. So I wouldn't say I was chasing, but I did certain things to be able to draw in. And I wasn't the biggest person, so I was like skinny. And the school that I went in was a little bit rough. So having people that were really macho around me, that was a good thing to have. And obviously I never got attacked. I never got bullied. That did help me.
Yeah.
And I know, in a situation like this, it pays to have good people around you. And if there's some value you can bring in to help people see, you know what, it's good to have someone like this around me. It does help. Now, again, I had to kind of work my way in to be in because I needed to fit in. And believe me, at that stage of my life, I needed to be in some kind of clan, some kind of group that had people that had things that I could use.
Yeah. So you wouldn't do that now at the big age that you are now?
No, I think I'm in a different place now. Where, I mean, I can't say I don't need people. I think we all need people for certain things in life.
Right.
But I think right now I'm not actively looking to bring people on. And at the same time, I can easily interact with people. I come across them and really connect with them pretty easily. I don't have to be so desperate to get across people. But at the same time, if people wants to do their own thing, just go and do your own thing. I'm not going to run after you.
Right.
But that's a more mature me speaking right now. Now, I know ladies usually have it worse. So did you have any moment in life where you had to kind of chase? Well, I chased you. I did chase you.
Oh, okay. That's love.
But you were already feeling me, so I didn't have to fight
I
that
don't know,
much.
but I was hard to get though. I really play that hard to get card. Like, I want to see if it's really the one.
Well, she was holding back on certain things.
Of course.
But at the same time, she was open to be with me. I didn't have to chase crazy. It's just that she had her boundaries that I had to respect.
Very high.
That's not chasing. You were just holding back to make certain that I was real. And good thing I was.
Well, for me, growing up, I feel like I don't chase people. I don't. It's either I'm with you or I'm not.
Okay.
It's either you see me, you like me for who I am, whereas, me trying to force to be in a group or certain type of people or social or whatever it is. My mom always tell me that, you don't chase people. If your friends will find you.
Okay.
But if you force it, it's not going to feel natural. When I was in high school, no, I mean, I've had people that I talk to, people that I've talked to in class. But as far as, after high school, get with them and go to, the mall, whatever. Nope, never me. Or college, nothing like that. I'm one of those people where I'm okay being by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people where if I see you, you give me some kind of attitude, I'm like, you know what?
I'm out.
I'm out. If I get this one negative vibe from you, I'm cutting you through. I'm like going to like say, you know what? Forget it. I'm out. And I truly feel like it's the Capricorn in me where we very cutthroat.
Okay.
We like, hey, if I said hi to you, but the way you said hi to me, your energy is so low vibration, I'm like, oh, okay. Then let me not bother you and move on. That's just me. And I can sense negative vibe from people. And when I get the negative vibe, I don't know. Maybe I need to work on this. It could be that person maybe had a bad day or whatever it is. But if I get a vibe from you,
you
I'm
interpret
out.
it as you're not my person. You got
No. And I don't chase people. I don't chase relationship. I don't chase people. And I think because I was always like this when I was younger, back home, I'll have friends, certain friends. We just have like just us, just that good friend. Because of course we go to the same school, we become friends, and then that's how, we build that relationship or that friendship. But as far as me trying to be in this group, do whatever I need to do for me to be liked, for me to be seen, no, because the light is already on me.
Well, some people were inherited some good problems where they have the looks, they have the personality, and people kind of get drawn to them. Mm-hmm. Some people are like that. Yeah. They don't have to chase people. People chase them.
Yeah, I think I'm like that.
But not all of us were born with that ability. Sometimes some of us, we have to work for what we need. So lucky you.
But I think it's just, and I think one thing I want to say is when you're young, when you're like in your 20s or teenagers, those are the moments where middle school, high school, those are the moments that, you're trying to fit in. You're trying to fit in circle. One thing I am pouring so much into my daughters is don't ever change who you are for you to fit in.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly reminding them that. I'm constantly, pouring that into their mind, because in this world that we live in, people change their personal life for the world to see that other side of them, if that makes sense. Like when I see you, that's not who you are online, because you act totally different because you want to be seen, you want to be liked.
Yeah. I mean, people create complete other personalities just so they can fit in. And I know earlier you mentioned social media makes it worse. That's one aspect of social media that makes it worse. People can actually make themselves someone completely different than who they are in reality. Mm-hmm. And psychologically speaking, I don't think that's the best thing, because you can be like the craziest confident person online and get in everybody's business. And then in person, you're like completely the opposite.
Yeah, you're like this introvert.
And believe me, that social media virtual world is not reality. Although it may feels like reality, it's not. Because there are issues you face in real life. Mm-hmm. And if you're not solid, you won't be able to deal with them.
Yeah.
So, but and I know early in life we deal with some of these things, but there are people that are older that are dealing with the same problem, trying to fit in, especially people that have had relationship problems.
Yeah.
Looking to get that right relationship. And sometimes when they think someone is right, they may go the extra mile trying to make it work or seeking to get that person's attention.
Yeah.
And that usually opens up the possibility of them getting hurt in the process. Mm-hmm. That's why I mentioned earlier, when you come across as being desperate for something, you could be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And believe me, if I'm a child and I'm taken advantage of, sometimes there's room for me to recover.
Right.
If I'm a grown person and I'm taken advantage of, that hurts a whole lot more.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I don't believe anyone should be like desperately chasing for a relationship. But I think if you see some value in something, you should be willing to put some work into it.
Absolutely.
Which putting work into a relationship, putting work into, we got to do something for that cold. Putting work into making a relationship work, or putting work into getting with someone. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. It's just when you find yourself doing way too much, but the person on the other side, they have no intentions of even considering you.
Yeah.
So at that point, you just have to say,
yeah.
let me look elsewhere.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes, people don't do it intentionally. I think it's just natural. Like, for instance, like I said earlier, if I do catch a negative vibe, I'm out. It's just a natural thing for me. And that's just who I am. And I think one thing, as you were talking, I was thinking about people pleasing, right? That's one thing that I vowed never to do that ever again. Be a people pleaser. That's something that even if you like in your teenage years, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, I truly feel like this is something that all of us are like really fighting constantly.
Yeah.
Because you want to fit in. You trying to get these group of people to like you so you can fit in. Yeah. So I think it's okay, like you said, when it comes to love.
It's okay, but with certain limitations.
Correct.
Because there are times people are doing things, they're just hoping that eventually it'll work.
Yeah.
Let me just keep doing this. Eventually it'll work. Let me shower this person whatever I could. Eventually it'll work. And it hasn't been working for 2 years, but eventually it'll work. This person still did you wrong. Eventually it'll work.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
It is a problem.
And believe me, if that person, they have the wrong intentions on the other side, they will keep working. They will keep milking you.
True.
Right.
True.
So yeah, people pleasing is usually something, because there are times you find there are things someone may completely disagreed with, but because they want to be with you, or they want to be part of this circle, they want to be accepted, they put away all their moral values and go with it. We see a lot of that in politics. Yeah. That's all I'm saying at this point.
Okay. So I was on Instagram when I was doing my when was it? I don't remember when it was. And I saw this girl. She was saying how when she was in college, she had the hardest time trying to fit in, trying to be part of a certain circle. Right? She thought being with that group would make her feel good, will make her feel like, important.
Yeah.
And to me, when I see these type of video, and I think she was young, she probably was in her early 20s, and seeing this type of video makes you really think people are still going through this out there.
Oh yes.
People are still going through trying to fit in. You wouldn't think it would be that much out there, because there was so many videos about, even on YouTube.
Yeah.
People in their 40s are talking about how hard it is for them to stop, pleasing, or stop chasing love, or stop chasing people. And it's something that, unfortunately, it's still out there. And I truly feel like the only way that could help is therapy. Right?
Well, yes, it's important to get help. And it's unfortunate that we live in a world right now that we're dealing with a number of things that are impacting us mentally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some of us sitting here have, having not gone through it, don't really get to feel what it means to be in that place. And this is where I'd say I try not to be judgmental when I run across people who may be dealing with things where the confidence is not there, the self-esteem is not there, because these things they're real.
Yeah.
And the mind makes it real because it makes you feel like it's something that's absolutely necessary for you to do.
Right.
It's unfortunate sometimes people are taken advantage of when they're in that state. But yes, getting help is important, and surround yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
Because I think if you have good people in your life, and that usually starts with family, because with family sometimes you don't have to fight. You just have to have a good relationship with them.
You don't have to fight.
For instance, we joked earlier about you calling your mom and your parents so many times in the day. Having people like this in your life that you can speak with makes a big difference this way, because many times you're chasing those relationships because you want to make connections with people.
Right.
When you're connected with someone, they become a trusted person in your life that you can share moments, you can share ideas with.
Yeah.
And you chase those relationships because you need that.
Right.
But if you already have it within your family, within
Yeah.
your close friends, sometimes within your coworkers, you don't have to go chase it because you have that presence in you.
Right.
So, but yes, building those support system
It's so
starts with the
important.
family.
Yeah.
So building that relationship with your family where you can, I'd rather have you talk to your mom 20 times in the day than you trying to chase that young lady that maybe who does not want anything to do with you, right?
Yeah.
So having those
wouldn't chase
relationships. Well, if you didn't have your mom to talk to, you wouldn't be able to talk to me that
I
many
wouldn't
times
talk to
during the day.
anyone. I'm okay being alone.
Listen, you like to talk.
I
Otherwise, you
do.
wouldn't talk to your mom that much.
I do talk to my mom, but I just don't. I'm okay being not having friends.
Yes.
Yes.
But you want to talk. This is what I'm saying. Say, Cece has people in her life that she talks to. Like if she goes a day, but I don't think she's ever gone a day without talking to her parents. But I bet you if she were to go a day, she would miss it. And the next day she'll do enough talking to make up for it. So that's something that's important to you. Now you have it, you're not missing it.
Right.
Because you have it.
Right.
The moment that you don't have it, you start missing it and you start looking for something to fill that in. Me, on the other hand, I see you today, we'll talk for 2 hours. And if I don't see you for a year, I'm good. Right? So we have certain things in our lives that while it's there, it fills, it serves its purpose. We don't have to look for it.
Right.
And many people that are looking for those relationships, they don't have those things in their lives.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and if you don't have them, you look for it. Unless if you can find a substitute. Not me. I make up for it whenever I meet someone. We just talk and talk. I make up for it, but then if I don't see you for 2 years, the talk that we had makes up for it, you know?
See, the thing about me, when I talk to someone, it depends. I'm all about energy. I'm all about the vibes.
Yeah.
If I feel like your vibe matches my vibes, then we're going to talk for hours. But if I feel like your vibe is like, I'm good. How you doing? I'm good. Hey, girl, what's going on? I'm good. Okay, then we just going to leave it up good.
If someone's like, if their answers are like that, you can't carry a conversation with someone.
Yeah, but sometimes what I try to do is I try to see how things are going, how's school, how's work, how's family, things of that nature. I would ask these type of questions. But if I do talk to someone where their answer is like, I'm good, cutthroat, and then I just like, oh, okay. When you hear me say, oh, okay.
that's like, okay, I'm done. I'm
done. But if I do feel like your vibe is very welcoming and we can chat for an hour or so, we're going to talk. We're going to chat.
Yeah.
Because I can read people's energy. And I think it's a gift that I have, and I'm blessed to have this gift when you can feel someone's energy, where the vibe is negative. If the vibe is negative, I'm out. And I'm just out. Sometimes your vibe is negative.
You can't be out with me. You can be out with me for a minute, and then I come back.
And sometimes my vibe is negative sometimes, but it's just, my vibe can be negative, but not towards people. Unless if we have
something going on with you.
Correct. I've never felt like, okay, my vibe is negative because so-and-so did this to me. It's because I don't be talking to people. So my vibe is negative because something is going on with me. Not that it's going on with the person.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned this because you may come across people that gets a negative vibe. It may not have anything to do with you. They may just have some stuff going on with them.
Yeah.
But then again, your personality is really like, okay. Sorry I bother you.
Yeah.
You won't hear from me again.
Yeah, you won't hear from me again.
Yeah.
Yes. So I truly feel like chasing love, you got to chase the right love, right? And I don't think women should be chasing men. I'm always going to say that. I'm very much like, tradition, very old school. I truly feel like, the man should be chasing the woman. Mm-hmm. Yes, you do whatever you got to do to get this woman if you really want to be with that person. And the same thing goes for, if you love that person, you do whatever it takes.
Yes.
So, babe, What can our listeners do to stop chasing relationships and find the right people?
Become a Capricorn and be like her. No, but all kidding aside, I think first you gotta focus on yourself.
Self-love.
And I know sometimes that's easier said than done, but find things about you that you like, things about you that you're proud of, things about you that makes you you. And don't ever compare yourself. Don't say, I've seen this person done this, I wish I could. No. Look back, okay, I did this yesterday. I'm proud that I was able to do that.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because it's something I don't do.
Yes, we have to, because
we don't do that. We don't compare what we have.
Oh yeah, we don't compare, but something I think that I should do more is look at the things that I've done
And be proud.
And be proud.
Right.
Because I'm driven to the point that I always want to do the next thing, and I think you're like that. We're looking at, okay, what do I do next? But rarely look back and says, you know what, I did this. That was big.
Right.
And that's all for you.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna say you love yourself, you gotta find reason why you love yourself.
Right.
And some people are good at keeping journals. I'm not a journal person. She is. So if you do keep a journal, sometime go back and read them. I'm actually going through this book called Green Light by Matthew McConaughey, and he talks about this book comes from things that he's put together over the years in his diary when he looked back and realized that he's done a whole lot. So, but it's important to be able to do that because that allows you to really see who you are. Because while we're living right now, we look in the mirror, we just see who we are. Right. But a lot of things that makes us who we are is the thing we've done, the things we've accomplished. And for you to be able to love yourself, you have to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Now, engage in activities that make you feel happy.
Yeah. Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Do things that makes you feel like you're accomplishing things. Now, they don't have to be big things. Like, for instance, I take pride in doing little work. Like the other day, there was a light that came on the car. I did a little bit of research, ordered a part on Amazon, jumped into the car, switched it. Afterwards, yes, I had grease on my hands and so forth. I felt proud.
Little work?
I felt proud. But do things that makes you happy. Now for me, it's doing gadget stuff, working on cars. For you, it may just be like for Cece. She does her TikTok Sunday and Saturday. She can laugh at these videos, but chill and relax. Because that allows you to take a moment to yourself. Now, your happy things may be a number of different things, but find what it is that makes you happy and do these things.
And fulfilled too.
Because absolutely. You got to do things. Now, unless you're looking for those things, you won't see them. So you have to purposely look to say, okay, what have I done? When did I do it? And the quicker the more you start doing it, the more you start seeing. Because when you find things about yourself, you will love yourself for what you do. And what you find, once you love yourself, your presence is different. The way you do things is different. The way you speak is different. And being different in that way, where you're solid and grounded in yourself,
right,
that attracts people to you.
Right.
Because that allows you to be a resource to people. Because if you love yourself, you're confident. There's no way you will not be confident if you don't love yourself.
Yeah.
And if you step into a place with confidence, not arrogance, confidence,
right,
people wants to know about you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, so you'll attract people to you.
Yeah, naturally too.
Oh, absolutely.
Without even forcing it.
Oh, yes. So if there's one thing that you can do, start with loving yourself.
Yeah. Self-love is so important.
Yeah.
And I think it's also important to set boundaries.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm big in that. I'm big on boundaries.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to walk away from, one-sided relationships where you're the only one that's constantly reaching out.
Yep.
Right?
Listen, she's good at that. She'll like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
I take you off my phone. I unfriend you on social media.
That's not mean. It's just a negative vibration, okay? I'm all about my insanity. I'm all about my mental mental mindset.
Yeah.
I'm all about, keeping that peace within. So I feel like it's better to be alone than with the wrong company. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm going to reach out because the phone is two ways. If I text you, call you, I'm not going to be the one keep reaching out. I'm not. Now, I think we both like that. We both like that where we're not homebody, but we very much like we
keep to ourselves,
right?
Not in a way that we like antisocial.
Yeah,
it's just
no, we're not antisocial at all.
I don't crave people's presence.
Yeah,
yeah,
same here.
If I'm around people, I'm good, but I'm not constantly looking for it.
It's the Capricorn in us, baby.
Yeah. But at the same token, I think it's good to have good people around you. Surround yourself with positive vibe, positive attitude,
Positive, yes.
And it's okay to seek out friendship and relationship that uplifts you. Because sometimes there are days you're having, you need someone that can tell, man, shake it up. Right. You got it in you.
Right.
Or you need someone that from time to time when you do something and says, man, I'm proud of you. This was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need that because we all can benefit from a little bit of encouragement. But you got to have the right people around you to give you that. You got to have
the right people.
Yes. And what that does, it creates that positive cycle because if you have someone that constantly recognizes you, you'll almost feel like obligated to look for things to recognize them as well.
Yeah.
So it creates a cycle where you become a supportive person to that person. Because we all go through those moments where we need some lifting up.
Yeah.
In addition to that, respect and care comes with those things as well. Because when you have people around you who respect you, who cares for you, it allows you to do the same thing as well.
Right.
So, and it's important. Have good people around you.
And be patient because I feel like relationship doesn't happen overnight.
Oh no.
It takes time. So if you truly want to be with someone and you truly feel like this person is the person for you, be patient. Show him what you got. And of course he's going to come through. Because I know I flirt with this man because I was not going to say, hey, how you doing? But as a woman, you got to make sure you have your ways to attract them towards you. And of course I was patient because I know that he was coming. So therefore I waited.
Is what
and
she
there's
did.
Nothing. Okay, baby, what?
She flirt and then she goes there and watch to see what I do. And she had some of her friends watching me as well.
I sure did.
It's like, I'm expecting that he will come, but I want to make sure that if he does anything else, that someone tells me.
But here's the thing though, babe. My friends, I didn't even ask them to do that.
They were just looking out for you.
They were just looking out for me. And until this day, I love this girl. I think she's the coolest girl ever. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
And she was
the one who told on me.
She sure did. This is why you have good friends. When you have a good friend that you didn't ask, hey, keep an eye on my husband or my man.
We weren't even boyfriend yet.
Keep an eye on this dude. Like this girl, she had my back like we were sisters.
Nah.
Like she had my back, okay, my front, my back, and my side. She was like, oh, I didn't even ask her to keep an eye on him. She was like, and I don't ask people to keep an eye on him. I think he's a grown man. He do whatever he wants to do.
I thought you asked people to keep tab on me.
No.
It seems like whatever I do where you weren't there, you find out.
Well, yes.
Like, why are you finding out what I do?
That's just the people in me that likes me. Like you went to the church, you had your arms around these girls, and out of nowhere,
before I got home, she knew that. Like, what the heck?
Out of nowhere, someone went and told me because I don't put people to watch you or said, hey, keep an eye on this guy or in case if he act up.
Even right now, I'm at work.
No,
I gotta keep my eyes focused on my computer. I can't even smile at people.
I don't know about that. I'm not there, and I don't know anyone from your branch. I don't know anyone from your branch.
But it's good to have good people around you because when you're good with people and people are good with you, they'll do little things like this because they want to protect you.
Yes.
Yeah, and yes, patience, as you mentioned, is important.
Yes.
Good relationship don't happen overnight.
That's
you have to give it time to work.
Yes.
That's why we're still working on ours,
We still are. It's a process, okay? It's a process. It takes time. So
it is. Yeah. It is. And you'll find when you work at something, you tend to value it more.
For sure.
And when you work at something, you build enough experience where if thing goes crazy, you have enough experience to bounce back. So, guys, what I'd say today is, I know we've covered a lot. We shared our own thoughts and we shared some ways to kind of deal with things. We hope what we've shared with you guys in this discussion we've just had is helpful. But, one thing I want to mention is that remember, you are worthy of love and respect as well, just as you are, just the way you are. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be respected. You don't need to chase someone's approval. Focus on being the best version of yourself, and the right people would come into your life naturally.
That's right.
You don't have to chase them.
That's right.
So trust the process.
Yes.
And stay true to yourself.
Hey, that's right.
And, remember, as you get older, your time become more valuable.
More precious.
So spend it with people who truly care about you. Hence, that's why I'm spending a lot of time with this woman and nobody else. But yes, your time is valuable. Don't waste it on people who do not care about you.
Low vibration.
Yes. So we just want to thank you all for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, share, and tell all your friends about us. Because, if you've had them, you got to share some good stuff with them. And remember, we're here every Saturday, and we hope you found our videos insightful, helpful, and relatable. And we can't wait to hear about your own experience. So please leave us some comments. We want to hear how you've handled situation like this, if you've ever come across it, or how you wouldn't do things if you come across it. So it's always a pleasure to have you guys. So until next Saturday, take care and stay blissful. Peace.